Hello my treasures, it's time for the return of Res Priest into Standard Hearthstone. This is a deck that I've been trying to theorycraft for the last few months, and the idea essentially behind this is we're going to be using Lesser Diamond Spellstone, which has rotated back in to revive 4 key minions. These minions are going to be Aman'thul, Gnomelia, Leeroy Jenkins, and Fizzle. Fizzle will allow us to get as many additional copies of Lesser Spellstone as humanly possible as long as we discover this off of Creation Protocol. Overall, if you can get the full combo online, you can do up to 16 points of damage with each individual cast of Lesser Diamond Spellstone. Now for the Mulligan guide, first card to look out for is Lesser Diamond Spellstone. This will allow you to scale up this really quickly. The next most important card to look for is Love Everlasting, so you can easily cast a bunch of spells for cheap. And then finally, Creation Protocol is the main card that you're going to be looking for, as this will allow you to draw into the fizzles. Outside of this, you're going to be looking for early game removal tools or draw power cards. Now, with that all being said, let's look at some. All right, time for a game against Warlock. Let's see what they have in store for us. I'm assuming it's going to probably be Pain. I know Fatigue Warlock also is floating around. I actually almost consider doing Fatigue Warlock. I just feel like there is nothing for Warlock right now that isn't being heavily explored, which is kind of sad. We're going to get rid of the Funhouse tier. And then, oh, that actually isn't a bad card. Honestly, this hand doesn't look that bad. The only downside oh, great, is going to be Pain Warlock. Great. Pain Warlock is a deck that we can actually win against. It's just depends on like what we draw into. Love Everlasting makes it a lot easier, which is why we're going to coin it out here, but like it is definitely not a matchup I want to deal with. I know it's been nerfed a little bit, but the nerf hasn't really done too much in my opinion. Okay, there's the Biteful. I've really wish they had made additional chess piece cards for the mini set. That would have been so cool and on theme too. I get why they didn't. There wasn't really anything iconic from Hearthstone's past for Warlock that you could. I mean, there are a few cards, but there aren't cards that you would want to bring back, right? In a mini set for the most nostalgic set of all time. Honestly, this, that is a card that they probably should have never traded, because this is a matchup where that could actually be really impactful. Repackaging doesn't do anything this turn. Let's use Thrive. Let's grab, I don't want to grab Pennant. I know we already have the other Pennant in hand. We're going to grab Aman'thul because sure, we won't be able to do anything this turn, but like in a few turns, we'll be able to do something there. I am actually kind of happy that Pain Warlock is a deck. I will say that. It is a neat little idea of a deck. It's just very annoying because they can do stuff like this on turn 5. Actually, they can do stuff like this on earlier turns, but we do have a thankful combo of Love Everlasting and a repackaging deal where we're going to repackage them out of this game. There's Fizz. Oh, Fizzle's actually interesting. This is going to be also a game where we won't be able to get infinite copies unless we draw into Synchronize, and we're only running 1 copy of Synchronize. Right about now, I kind of wish we would top deck Leeroy Jenkins, because if we top deck Leeroy, we actually win the game. We instantly win the game. I was going to say like in 2 turns we win the game, but oh, Sheriff. There are a lot of cards that I really want to use because I love their art and I would love to use them in a thumbnail. Sheriff is actually one of those cards. I just don't think it's good enough, right? Oh, I just realized. Pennant of Earth would have got us Leeroy. Leeroy would have won us the game. Instead, we're gonna probably deal with an Inferno or Popgar. Either one heals them up and loses. Oh, I mean, it doesn't lose us the game, but it does, Probably want to get rid of that Popgar. We're gonna make it go pop with a good old Aman'thul. Oh, actually, we don't need to. Let's just summon a random minion. Come on, something good. I did not see what that is, but we have a pop. Okay, maybe that is actually good enough for us. assuming they'll probably use the Sheriff on Aman'thul and then probably get rid of Sif here. You know, I'm not shocked about that. I still can't believe that I missed. It's easy to miss lethal if you don't really think about it. The good old Infernal. Great. How do we want to do this? Synchronize wouldn't be bad. We are at 8 mana, so we could use Light Bomb and then use Popcar. And then just keep the 2 spells in hand. And then they're probably going to get rid of Popcar. If they don't, I mean, if they do, they do. But if they don't summon that many minions, we couldn't just use the Diamond Spellstone here. I will say this, I did test this deck out quite a bit, and this did feel like the most consistent way to win. But at the same time, like, randomly generating some other minions that are actually pretty good. Oh, wow. Actually casting that. Okay, well, I mean, I guess they get a bunch of 0-cost minions. Oh, actually, huh. Molten Giant. Oh, They got 1 copy of Molten Giant, which is fine. They're gonna pop off a little bit and heal. Well, there goes our Leeroy win condition there. Get something good as a top deck. That is not what I want. Okay. I want to do this actually. Because the... Okay, there's 2 HP minions. Grab Gnome. I know this heals them for a little bit, but like if we do 1 mana off of what I really want to do here. But this does wipe out a good chunk of the board, which is actually pretty good. I really do wish that the Sheriff thing wasn't there, though. Let's minimize the damage that we're going to take. They're at 9. Now we have... Well, Aman'thul hasn't been destroyed yet, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, Molten Giant number 2. Speaker Stomper actually would ruin our... Oh, great. They had the 7 copy in hand. Okay, well... come on. Good optic, please. Oh, that does not do what I needed to do. We haven't used the 2 destruction effect, right? So that's 7. Brings it everything down to 5. Remove the 2 8/8s. Well, 8 attack, whatever else. See if we can get anything good. Come on, something good. Okay, nothing here works. I mean, test kind of works, but I don't want to use it. We're probably going to use Fizzle and then Synchronize. Might not be the best to do it like this. We probably actually should have just chose Aman'thul there. Aman'thul would have actually probably won us the game. I'm hoping they get rid of the Aman'thul, actually. We don't really need the additional copies of Fizzle, at least in this one. I will say, like, I've played... Oh, great. I played a good chunk with this deck, and I don't think the exact full combo came up a single time. There were a few games where it was close, where we got a different charge minion that just was a lot better, but, like... It would have been so much nicer if we managed to get the full combo. Okay, well, oh well. Let's put a little discord in this and say goodbye with the sludge. Okay, temporary game against Warrior. Probably going to be Highlander, to be honest. I kind of want to keep Aman'thul just because it would be really funny if they used Dirty Rat to get it out of our hand. I know it probably isn't going to happen, but it would be really funny if it did. Honestly, the rest of our hand doesn't look that bad either. Okay, they're safe to play. I will say this. The fact that we do have consistent, like, AoE is pretty good. Honestly, probably the reason why this version of Res Priest. I tried a few different variants of Res Priest before this. We tried something with an Undead package with... I can't remember the other legendary in the core set that... it's the Undead... Katarina, I think it is. And then I think the thing we were trying to revive was Mishmash Mosher. Then we also had a package where we used Thunderbringer to drag out Ragnaros and Elk out of our deck, which felt all right. I have a few good replays of that, so maybe one of those will go up too. I don't know. We'll see. I keep a lot of footage that even if I scrap a deck, if I get like one good game and with a different variant, I might end up using it for some type of footage. Okay, that doesn't give us too much information. I think we're going to do this because we do have the... Basically, this is the infinite combo too. The fizzle into synchronize does technically work. It just isn't the infinite combo that we would have really wanted. Let's get rid of this. As long as we get the minions down before turn 9 when they can slam down Reno Jackson. So that actually kind of tells us what it's going to be, which means Mech Warrior. I really want to try to... in the 1 or the 2 damage should be fine. Yeah, let's just do this. Or 3 out of 4 minions. Okay, there's Bash. Crier. I'm assuming that will probably get them into Zilliax. They could be running some other type of rush minion, but the only other thing is Burrow. But for the consistency factor of... I'm trying to think of what the card is called. Dr. Boom, you probably don't want to run Burrow in that deck. I kind of want to slam down Aman'thul just in case this is still somehow, some way a Highlander deck. Let's get rid of the 2 biggest minions. I know this is, again, a little bit of a waste. Oh, Grom actually does it. Grom is a better version of Leeroy Jenkins that we can easily revive. And we do have... Oh, wait, we don't have it in hand. Okay, they did have Zilliax in hand. What the hell were they... Oh, maybe they're actually using Safety Expert. If they're actually using Safety Expert, then, like, that could be a little bit of a problem because we don't have that many cards left in our deck. I'm going to grab a Holy Smite. It just is a free damage with Grom in combination. A coin. So, yeah, it is Safety Expert, right? Yep. It is exactly what I expected it to be. Okay, so here's the thing. Do we want to slam down Grom and then use Holy Smite on the Grom? Let's just go face. Let them attack into our minion. I mean, this is probably the least optimal play, but, you know, for the memes, right? Okay, training dummy. I think also this is something that you'll probably notice from depending on how many games I have. The main problem with Diamond Spellstone is it is an older card, so like it scales up kind of slow, right? Which kind of sucks. I mean, it doesn't absolutely suck, but like it does kind of suck. We're going to get rid of both of these minions without triggering their derail. Because I don't want to say a word that the algorithm is going to hate. You know, this should still work. Do the... Ironically, 16 whopping damage to their face. It's one of those things where, like, you don't expect it to do that much damage. And while this isn't the quote-unquote full combo, it is actually pretty close to the full combo. Oh, great. Safety goggles, and I'm assuming that's going to be good old sanitize. They're going to sanitize our Gromosh. Oh, boom wrench. Oh, they're taking the 10 damage. That's interesting. I get why you don't want to let that sit, but that's still very interesting. Yeah, let's use Fizzle first. It's not like we're going to overflood our board. Come on. Well, I mean, all of the minions should be fine. Oh, right. Let's get that Leeroy in for the charge. Base. Wait. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was going to be like, if we're one off, that feels really bad. Okay, Dr. Boom. Dr. Boom. Get rid... Oh, I won't get rid of anything, actually. And I think the last use is, yeah, it definitely, oh, great. Well, I mean, that didn't clear out anything. If we can top deck it into, oh, well, I mean, never mind. Ignore what I was going to say. I was going to say, like, if we can top deck into Fizzle, then we just win. But, like, that doesn't do what we need it to do. Because Fizzle would automatically, let's just do this. Grab this. We're going to test our luck here a little bit. Come on. Oh, I mean, it was a 50-50, right? All right, we get rid of this minion. And then hopefully this gets rid of Dr. Boom. And it is not. Okay, well. We actually probably... never mind. I was going to say we should have buffed up something different. Fizzle makes the most sense, though, because we could have actually attacked. We probably should have... Never mind. There's a few things that I thought about maybe doing, but, like, I don't think any of those actually help us too much. And honestly, they just flooded their hand with a bunch of, like, free minions that don't matter too much either. Blade Storm. We're gonna light them out of this game. I guess we heal, and then Creation Protocol gets us nothing. And we have no other minions in the deck. They only have one card left in the deck, which is actually pretty nice for us. Well, one card plus the 7 in hand, right? And we know they already used Dr. Boom, so I'm not worried about that. Actually, what do they even have left that they could easily... That's actually a good question. There's Boom Wrench. I mean, yes, if we don't keep healing ourselves for 2 damage, that might actually matter in the long run. But, like, I was gonna say, no bombs, please. That does nothing. Just gonna slam down some minions just to stall them out. Maybe they'll attack into the minion mistakenly. I very much doubt they will, but you never know. They should have another one of those. Exactly what I was thinking. 3 in the deck. As long as we don't draw a... Okay, it's... Oh. That is just the perfect top deck. All right, come on, give us some charge minions. Oh, that does it. That does it. Let's go. That isn't a Leeroy finish, but that's close enough. Now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, was this deck good? Not really. I had 40% win rate across the 20 games that I played with the deck, and this honestly was probably the best variant of the list that I tried out. There are a few other combos that I tried out with things like Thunderbringer in order to have a consistent AoE board clear, but this felt the most consistent, as this allows you to easily get 16 points of damage if you get all 4 minions online. Overall, this does feel like a deck that is very close to being very playable. The only downside, if there was a card like Artist here that actually searched for the highest cost spell in your deck, I think this deck would be a lot more powerful. But until we see a card like that printed, I don't think this is one that you should play out unless you have a lot of nostalgia for a Res Priest deck. Now, with that all being said, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.